Hey, welcome. I hope you're all doing so good. Welcome to your reading. So, today's reading is the person on your mind. What would happen if you both were to see each other again, or the next time you see each other again, whether this is someone from your past or it is someone that you're kind of just curious about what your next interaction with them would be like. We do have 3 groups for you to choose from. Group 1, the Fusite Crystal. Group 2, the Rainbow Moonstone. And Group 3, the Herkimer Diamond. Okay, so Group 1, 2, and 3, the next time you both see each other, all right? If you do need to pause the video so you can take a moment, feel free, but I will see you in your reading. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen Group 1, how would they feel, act, think if you both were to run into each other again, if they were to see you again the next time you see each other, depending on the kind of connection you're asking about. But we do have the World card in reverse, the 10 of Cups upright, interesting, and Ace of Swords upright. Okay, so the next time you see each other, or when you both see each other again, whenever that might be, they might act quite resigned. If they were to see you again, they wouldn't know how to react or what to do or what move to make. If they saw you, they would definitely wait for you to make the first move or to like show some kind of opening, whether that's like a smile or whether that's you saying something to them or your body language just showing that you are a bit open. But it definitely feels like they would be hesitant regardless of how open or closed off you would be. Well, yeah, it feels like they would wait for you to make the first move first. They would feel a rush of feelings, both positive and negative. I couldn't really put my finger on it before, but they may feel this yearning for you. If they were to see you again, it feels like they would wait for you to approach them. Again, like they would feel too hesitant to do or say anything. They'll be reminded that they feel unhappy that things didn't work out between you both, or they just didn't get the outcome they wanted, or things are not going as they had planned. If this is someone you see quite regularly, but again, if this is someone from like your past, then yeah, they would feel unhappy of whatever happened between you both, or maybe an ending that happened between you both. And I don't know why, but for some of you, they may like feel as though the blood has been drained from their body. I know that's super dramatic, but they may feel just like really taken aback by seeing you. They'll definitely miss you as well. It's almost like they'll be praying for you to talk to them. They'll be really hoping that you do. But it feels like they themselves would not have the guts to do it, unfortunately. They feel kind of bad for themselves. This could be because of some type of conflict between you both, or the reason you aren't close anymore, or in each other's lives anymore, or something else that you're more aware of. But whatever the case may be, they would feel really bad for themselves. They could see themselves as a victim a little bit as well. But like if you were to run into them, or if you guys were to see each other again, they would really hope you don't leave without saying anything. But if this is someone you already speak to quite regularly, they would hope you don't go without saying something specific to your connection, like say for example something happened between you both, like they would hope there's a conversation about it. something along those lines. But again, if this is someone from your past, then they would hope that you wouldn't leave without initiating some type of conversation with them. Not necessarily about the past, but just opening up a dialect between you. Again, depending on where you're both at, they would hope you hadn't moved on from them. They would also be reminded that there wasn't any real closure between you both. They would feel like you both have been doing all right without each other, but they may feel like they gave up on you or what you both had too soon. They'd feel quite emotional, quite sensitive. They'd think that you look happier, but they would feel quite protective over themselves as well. And I don't know why, but they would feel like you're great with children. Maybe they saw something on social media, or you have kids, or when they run into you, you might have kids around you, whether your kids or friends or nieces and nephews, or maybe just interacting with like random kids, whether that's just like a smile or whatever. But they would feel like you are good with children, or just how you interact with them is quite endearing. But yeah, if they were to run into you again, they would see you as very warm and affectionate. I don't know if that's towards them or just towards other people, or just in general, you kind of give off that vibe. They'd also think you look beautiful and that you have a happy family, or you're a part of a happy and content group or community, maybe friends. But yeah, they would feel overcome with this feeling that you could be their soulmate, or that you are their soulmate. Like, and again, depending on how you guys might bump into each other, but if you did run into each other randomly, they would definitely think it's fate. They would want to try again with you as well. If you don't speak to them and they aren't brave enough to speak to you, they may try to find another way to reach out to you. Maybe they still have your contact information, maybe through a mutual person or social media, or again, like, just depending on where your connection is with them. Say, for example, this is someone you talk to semi regularly or regularly, then if you guys don't talk the next time you see each other, then they would think about like calling you or messaging you. But yeah, it feels like they'll definitely find a way to reach out to you. But yeah, they would miss how caring you were. They would feel like there is peace between you, like whatever happened in the past has been squashed, or they'd hope that's the vibe. They would feel as though you are really smart and have grown a lot. They would feel like you've won in some way. Maybe that you're successful in general, but maybe there was like a specific goal you had that you've won, or just in terms of the two of you, you were the one that kind of won in, that situation. So yeah, they would feel like you're honest, genuine, and down to earth. Overall, they would hope for a breakthrough, a truce, or a new start. But that is all I have for those of you who chose the first group. I'm only doing tarot today, but I do hope it could be helpful and make sense. And I'm wishing you the best, alright? Take care. If you've chosen the second group, welcome. I hope you're doing good. the person on your mind, what would it be like? How would they react? What would they do? How would they feel? Maybe the next time you both see each other. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups upright, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and also the Four of Pentacles upright. Okay, so the next time you both see each other. So if you both bumped into each other, or when you both bump into each other, they'll feel really curious about you. They may, I don't know, may play a little hard to get. I don't know if that's the right phrase for this situation, but it feels like they may. It feels like they kind of react in a way that they'd think will make you want to chase them, and they would kind of hope it would work. They'll think you're really friendly, especially if you know that if you were to run into this person, you'll be cordial, you'll be nice, you'll be friendly. So yeah, they would definitely perceive you that way as well. They would definitely want to talk to you, and it feels like after a while they'd say something. It feels so yeah, they may, let me see. Like if they don't get the reaction that they're hoping for in terms of you kind of approaching them, then they'll definitely be the ones to approach you. So yeah, after a while they'd say something, but they may be a little coy at first. They'd feel like you successfully maybe moved on from them. They'd feel like you look great, but they'd feel a bit like egotistical, like a bit like they're on a high horse. I don't know why, but they may feel like they're on a bit of a high horse. So yeah, they may feel like you've moved on from them, but again, that's kind of like depending on where your relationship is at. So if this is not really a situation where you have moved on from this person, then that message probably isn't for you. But yeah, they think about charming you, and they do it as well, depending on who they're with, who you're with, and what the environment's like. So they'd think about how much they love your personality. Again, depending on whether this is someone from the past, then they would remember how much they love your personality, and they would think that you're, pretty much the same in that way. They may feel like you both are distant, maybe like strangers on some level. They'd still be curious about you though. They'd feel like your presence is quite refreshing as well. They would feel like you're quite ethereal in a way. Like they would feel like your energy is quite light. It doesn't seem like they'll take much action towards you. Even if they do initiate a conversation with you, it doesn't feel like they would do too much more than that. So they may also feel emotional distance with you, like it's hard to connect with you, or again, if this is someone from the past, they'll feel like the connection you both had is gone, or like there isn't much of a connection between you both yet or anymore. They would feel like there is some chemistry though, and they'd still feel taken aback by you, but it would be evident for them that something's different. And again, like if this is someone from the past, then they will feel like there has been irreparable change between you both, or they will kind of just feel like it'll be like maybe evident that there are challenges and hurdles in terms of you guys connecting, whether that's environmental or external circumstances like relationships, jobs, stuff like that. They'll definitely perceive you as independent. If this is someone from your past, and they'll feel like you're even more independent than you were. But they would feel like there isn't much of a future for you both. They may feel quite impatient with you as well, waiting for you to say something, do something. But it feels like they wouldn't expect anything outside of that moment to happen unless you initiate it. But it feels like their ego may stop them from being the one to initiate anything more. They'd also be afraid of coming across a certain way, like maybe coming across silly, maybe bitter or jealous, and just generally coming across in a way that they could perceive as embarrassing for themselves, you know? They would definitely want to seem secure and in control. They would want you to perceive them that way as well. And like if this is someone from your past, then they wouldn't want to seem like they're still holding on to you. But if this is someone like in the now, then they wouldn't want it to seem like they're more interested in you than you could potentially be in them. But they would want to avoid conflict or any awkward moments. Maybe with the people that you're with, or who they're with, or just mutual people, or like environmental, the people around you both. So they could want to avoid conflict or awkwardness with those people, but also like between you both. But they'll be like almost certain that they wouldn't give you too much or give you too much like attention or energy. Again, like they wouldn't want to come across as if they are like too interested in you or too invested in you. Overall, they would be quite curious, but wouldn't expect too much from that interaction. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it could be helpful and make sense. And I'm wishing you all the best. Okay, take care. Bye. Hello. So if you've chosen the second group, third group, sorry. Third group, then this reading is for you, the Herkimer Diamond. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Cups upright, and the Star reverse. All right, so when you both see each other again, they may be a bit hesitant. They may be a bit withdrawn and maybe shy. It feels like they'd definitely be hiding, not necessarily hiding from you, but maybe hiding their interest in you, hiding their feelings. Two of Cups, hiding their interest in you. They could feel quite burdened by their feelings as well. So it feels like they'll be hiding a whole lot of overwhelming emotions that they could be experiencing. Actually, it may not be overwhelming. It may be a bit intense, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. Like, I don't want to be too dramatic if I don't have to be, you know. But they would feel confused They'll feel at a loss of what to do as well. Like they would feel like there's this wall between you both. They may feel like you're being a bit challenging, possibly making things harder than it needs to be, in their perspective anyway. They would feel like there is a lot of insecurity between you both. The next time they see you, they would definitely be cordial, polite, all that stuff, but they would feel quite anxious. Whereas they'd assume you're quite secure and confident, and they'd have a lot of admiration for you as well. They would feel like you're quite stable and balanced. They may get the impression that you're lying to them. So this feels like something that may happen. It's like they don't already feel like you've lied to them, but they may feel like, I don't know, if a situation is going to come about where they say, for example, they ask you something and they like assume you're not being honest, because they don't really see you as someone who's just like dishonest in general. So this could be something that may happen. But yeah, so yeah, they may get the impression that you could be hiding something from them, or, maybe avoiding something. But yeah, they would want to be quite apathetic. They wouldn't want to give a lot away in terms of how they're feeling. They would also feel some regret because of the past between you both, but also because of the future as well, like maybe some type of anticipation, or because of the slow nature of your connection. And kind of like, sorry, not me, but they could kind of regret like the pace. But they feel like it has to be mutual. They don't necessarily feel like they're not in control or you're not in control of the pace of your connection, but they do feel like it has to be mutual, whether this is like, effort or, stuff like that. But they could feel like you're not as invested as they are, so they don't really want to put themselves maybe like in a vulnerable position. They would feel like it's near impossible for anything to develop in the future as well. They definitely feel jealous of the other people who you share your time with, who you share your life with. So you're asking about like a potential romantic connection or someone you're interested in, and you're in a relationship with someone else. Like they could feel jealous at that relationship you have, or this could just be an assumption on their part. Like, say, for example, you don't know this person very well. So yeah, they'll feel a bit sad because of the dynamic between you both. It feels like they would fantasize about you and daydream about various scenarios between you both as well. And this doesn't even really feel like sexy stuff, really. It just feels like just like approaching you or something. That was clarified by the page of wands. So maybe taking like some form of risk, or just being confident, and maybe things being flirty or playful between you both. So it feels like quite simple interactions that they fantasize about when it comes to you. Like things that they may not have the access to do or courage to do in real life. But yeah, they'd be quite calm and meditative though. But they wouldn't, but it feels like they wouldn't hold back if they did get a green light from you, or if the timing and the energy felt right. And the next time you see them, it feels like they would feel this yearning as well. they'd feel disappointed in your connection, and they'd be comparing you with other people. But this feels like it's in a good way because they do think highly of you, and they'll kind of just feel disappointed at how elusive you are or how elusive they perceive you to be. They may feel like you're ignoring them or just not concerned with them at all. They may also feel a little undeserving of you or your attention or your time. They'd also feel like there isn't enough of a rapport between you both. They may even feel like you're being a bit selfish. And for some of you, they may feel like you're just being friendly, and they'd worry that they could be misreading things and the situation between you both and like how they feel. And they may feel like you're refusing to compromise or meet them halfway, make that extra or little bit of effort that they feel maybe they feel they've been making with you. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I do hope it could be helpful and make sense. But I'm wishing you all the best. Okay? Take care.